Thanks for joining us on the bright side once again. We're talking fats, we're talking hormones. As we said on our last program, there's 3 types of fats, 2 of which are said to be unsaturated fats, and 1 of which is said to be saturated. 2 of which are said to be non-nutritional, that is 2 of which are said to be essential, that is your omega-6 and omega-3s, and then you have your saturated fats and the rest of your unsaturated fats. Saturated fats are really misunderstood. If you're like me and you grew up in the 60s or 70s, you heard that saturated fats are things that you want to stay away from. Not true. Saturated fats are incredibly important. What you want to stay away from is the fake saturated fats. Those are the hydrogenated fats. If you see the word hydrogenated on the label, hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated, as in hydrogenated vegetable oil or partially hydrogenated cottonseed oil, those are things you want to stay away from. On the other hand, the natural saturated fats from coconut oil, from butter, from meat, from fish, from nuts, from dairy, these absolutely positively do have important health benefits. So you got 2 kinds of unsaturated fats. You got the fake ones and you got the real ones. The fake ones, stay away from. The hydrogenated ones, stay away from. The trans ones, stay away from. Those fake butter products, stay away from them. Now they have these new ones called trans-esterified fats. Whatever. Stay away from fake fats. That's where the fat problem comes from. It's the fake fats, not the real fats. Saturated fats are incredibly important despite what you hear or what you've heard. It's kind of changing these days, but you still hear people, physicians and medical professionals and dietitians saying stay away from saturated fats. Not true. You don't want to stay away from saturated fats. In fact, saturated fats in one important way are actually better for you than the unsaturated fats, with the exception of the EFAs, the essential fatty acids. Our brains are largely composed of saturated fats. The all-important cell membrane is largely composed of saturated fats. Remember, the cell is what it's all about, and the cell membrane is what the cell is all about. All disease is cell disease, and all cell disease is membrane disease. The membrane is fats. Saturated fats, a little bit of unsaturated fats, and also cholesterol. I'm telling you guys, fats are where it's at. And everybody loves fats anyway. There's a reason why we crave fatty foods. We need fats. Not the fake ones, but the real ones. Saturated fats are important for bone health. And, check this out, saturated fats play a major role in calcium absorption, in the absorption of calcium. Calcium is one of the most misunderstood of all the minerals. It may be the most misunderstood of all the minerals. That's why periodically you'll see articles or studies or research coming out that says, oh, calcium is associated with heart disease. Calcium supplements are bad for you. I still get questions. Calcium supplements good or calcium supplements bad? Well, neither. It's the absorption of calcium that's going to impact how good or how bad a calcium supplement is. It's the absorption, and the absorption is, guess what? Fat dependent. If you have intestinal disease, bile problems, gallbladder disease, liver problems, you're not going to absorb your calcium. And then the calcium will build up. And that's really where you run into a problem. It's a lack of absorption. So fats are not only important for making hormones, fats are not only important for helping make cell membranes, fats are not only important for the structure of the body. Fats are important, dietary fats are important for the absorption of minerals, including calcium. Calcium and fats go together. Calcium and fat processing go together. Calcium and bile go together. Bile's another one of those misunderstood subjects in the world of health. Calcium and liver health go together. Calcium and intestinal health go together. All of which is to say, if you want the benefits of your calcium supplements, you need to be using your probiotics, your nightly essence, your glucogel caps to strengthen the intestine, your ultimate enzymes and Fucoid Z and apple cider vinegar and bile salts and anything you can think of to support the health of your liver, to support the health of your intestines, and to support the health of the digestive system as a whole. If you're on a statin drug, you're going to be impairing the absorption of your calcium. That's because you'll be suppressing cholesterol. Cholesterol is important for calcium absorption. How do you like that? Cholesterol is important for the absorption of minerals. Tell that to the next boneheaded medical professional who wants you to lower your cholesterol levels. If you eat eggs, you eat dairy with your calcium, you're going to be improving the absorption of the calcium. If you're on drugs like prednisone or steroid drugs, you'll be blocking the absorption of calcium. This is one of the reasons why folks on prednisone have thinning bones and higher rates of osteoporosis. On the other hand, Saturated fats from butter and coconut oil and palm oil will help you absorb your calcium. Palm oil is now starting to become more popular. Palm oil is like coconut oil. Back in the 60s and 70s, stay away from palm oil, stay away from coconut oil. I remember when I was in high school, we were told by our home economics teacher that palm oil and coconut oil were two things that you wanted to avoid on a food label. Well, guess what? Not true. Palm oil is a rich source of keratin, red palm oil, a rich source of keratin, and a type of vitamin A or a vitamin A precursor. And of course, we all know, if you listen to this program anyway, you all know about the benefits of coconut oil. So you got your unsaturated fats, you got your saturated fats, and you got your fake fats. Stay away from the fake fats. Eat lots of saturated fats from coconut oil, palm oil, eggs, dairy, etc. And then the unsaturated fats. Those are a little bit tricky to understand because unsaturated fats, as it turns out, are very unstable. Unsaturated, unstable. That's why Doc Wallach and other nutritionists will tell you not to do oils. I'm telling you, there's nothing more controversial than when Dr. Wallach says don't eat olive oil or don't eat salad oil. And I get all kinds of letters about that. And as you know, I don't necessarily agree with that, but his point's well taken. Unsaturated fats are unstable, and unstable oils are not good. That's why you want to keep your unsaturated fats in the fridge and in a dark bottle, and you don't want to cook with them. However, there are two kinds of unsaturated fats that are like vitamins. They're essential. Essential meaning like air, like water, like love. You better have them or you're in big trouble. Of course, those are your omega-6 and your omega-3s. Now, here's the thing. If you are using unsaturated fats, if you are using EFA-rich oils for their nutritional value, you always want to make sure you're using them with vitamin E. And we'll talk about vitamin E when we come back from our break. I love that stuff. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without a Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
Your house is under attack. Every day, our homes and families are attacked by harmful gases, mold, and pollutants caused by everyday activities. According to the EPA, indoor air can be 5 to 100 times worse than outdoor air. And the American Lung Association states that poor indoor air can cause infections and chronic lung diseases such as asthma. Protect your family with a complete indoor air quality package from Wave Home Solutions. Wave ventilation units for basements and crawl spaces reduce moisture that nourishes mold, odors, dust mites, and expels gases and pollutants. Add the Wave 6-stage air purifier to get rid of the viruses, chemicals, and pollutants upstairs for a complete indoor air quality solution. A healthy home is the best investment you can make. Visit WaveHomeSolutions.com. That's WaveHomeSolutions.com or call 888-758-WAVE. That's 888-758-WAVE.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
My name is Dell, and I live in El Cajon, California. I was concerned about my cholesterol readings because I knew that high cholesterol is related to clogging of the arteries and increases the risk for heart attack and stroke. One day, I heard an ad for Heart and Body Extract, and I was skeptical, but I decided to give it a try. Man, the numbers don't lie.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
It's time to kick some ash because cigarettes have met their match. Smokers are switching to Vaporite e-liquid by LeSig because when you kick ash, you kick tar and smelly smoke too. LeSig smokes the competition with real people customer service, a 7-day satisfaction guarantee, and same-day fast free shipping. Become a vapor today at LeSig.com, spelled LECIG.com. LeSig e-cigarettes. Kick some ash.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Then get on board with the Tax Admiral and let us steer your way to financial freedom.
The IRS is the largest collection agency in the world. They can freeze your bank accounts, seize your car, home, will garnish your paychecks and benefits.
Don't take on the IRS alone. I can fight for you using industry secrets that can help stop the IRS. I'll cut your penalties, slash your interest, and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company with over 30 years experience helping people clean up their mess with the IRS. And we have a 95% customer satisfaction rating.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, are facing an audit, a lien, or levy, then call me right away.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
We use mobile devices right against our bodies every day, but growing scientific evidence has emerged showing serious health risks associated with exposure to EMF radiation emitted from these devices. The solution is Defender Shield, the most effective mobile radiation shielding ever developed. Defender Shield blocks virtually 100% of EMF radiation from cell phones, tablets, and laptops, and starts at just $64.99. Buy now at DefenderShield.com. For 10% off, use promo code GCN. DefenderShield.com, the worldwide leader in mobile radiation shielding.
We're talking fats and vitamins and skin health and brain health and heart health. This is from the book Human Longevity by Raymond C. Valentine, David L. Valentine. This is a book on omega-3 fats. Really cool book if you're interested in fatty acids. It's about the relationship between longevity and good fats. According to the Valentines, the authors of the book Human Longevity, DHA, that's a omega-3 essential fatty acid derivative. DHA levels in heart cells predict lifespan. How do you like that? And that's one of the reasons, at least according to these authors, why whales are the longest-lived mammals, because they have heart cells that are loaded with these omega-3 fats. Fish oil in general is a great way to get your omega-3 fats, your omega-3 fat derivatives. Not exactly omega-3 fats, but derivatives. They're very important for brain health, heart health, and nerve health. Saturated fats, incredibly important for the heart. Saturated fats can help reduce the levels of inflammatory protein, specifically something called lipoprotein A. Saturated fats are important for bone health, for calcium to be absorbed, and for calcium to be utilized by the bone. You need to have saturated fats. They're important for liver health. Saturated fats can protect the liver from drugs, from prednisone, from statin drugs, from many prescription drugs, from Tylenol, from aspirin. This is one of the little-known problems, little recognized problems associated with prescription drugs. They mess up the liver, or at least they burden the liver. They provide more work for the liver to do. We already have 100 million Americans with liver disease. Why would a primary way to treat the body, a primary way to reduce illness, be prescription drugs? Just throw some more burden on the liver. Why not? Why don't we? If you're on prescription drugs, that's a really good reason to make sure you're using nutrients to protect the liver, including vitamin E, which we'll talk about here in a minute. Do you know saturated fats are important for the respiratory system? Saturated fats help the body make protective lung protection chemicals. Saturated fats, as we said, are important for the brain. Saturated fats are important for your nervous system. Saturated fats are important for the immune system. What else do you want to know about saturated fats? These things are important. Eat your butter. Eat coconut oil. Eggs, dairy, these are all wonderful ways to get saturated fats. Unsaturated fats, omega-6 and omega-3s, essential unsaturated fats, EFAs, very important as well. But if you're using unsaturated fats, you want to make sure that you're using them with vitamin E. Most reputable supplements will include vitamin E in their formulations. EFA supplements will include vitamin E in their formulations. If you're using a quality nutritional oil, you'll probably find vitamin E in there as well. But if you're using salad oils, grapeseed oil, olive oil even, or any kind of primarily unsaturated oil for taste, for cooking reasons or for food reasons, make sure you're using 400 international units a day of vitamin E. Vitamin E protects the essential fatty, the unsaturated fatty acids. It protects essential fatty acids too. And vitamin E is just a ridiculously important vitamin. One of the most underappreciated vitamins, they're all underappreciated. I don't want to say one of the most, but vitamin E is certainly underappreciated, primarily because you need a lot of it. Foods don't really contain vitamin E. You got to supplement to get the really good amounts. Vitamin E is important for the brain. It's important for folks who are dealing with dementia issues or nervous system issues, movement disorders. Nerve cell membranes, remember, are especially fatty, so they're susceptible to damage, susceptible to oxidation. Vitamin E protects against oxidation. It's an antioxidant. If you have an autoimmune disorder that involves the muscles or involves the nerves, you really, really, really want to be using 400 international units a day of vitamin E. If you hurt yourself and you have a swollen knee or swollen ankle, vitamin E can accelerate the healing process. If you wound your skin, vitamin E can accelerate the skin healing process. Doctors tell you not to use vitamin E pre and post surgery. I'm telling you, you're crazy if you stop using vitamin E if you're about to go into surgery. It's a major healing vitamin. Tell that to the next doctor who tells you, oh, it's going to thin your blood. Well, yeah, it's going to thin your blood maybe, but not in an artificial drug-like way, not like Plavix, not like warfarin, but it'll thin your blood because it protects red blood cells. It improves their movement. It facilitates the movement of red blood cells. It facilitates the movement of blood through the circulatory system. Blood clotting is a major health crisis. Major, major, major. Plavix and Pradaxa and warfarin, these are drugs that have been among the best-selling drugs since they came out. Because blood clotting is a major health crisis. What causes blood clotting? Same thing that causes everything else. Dirty blood. Vitamin E is one of the best ways to protect your circulatory system from blood clots, blood clogging. If you've had a history of embolisms or thrombosis, or any kind of blood clotting issues, 400 IU of vitamin E a day. You can take 800 IU of vitamin E a day. Look for the mixed tocopherols. We've talked about that a lot in the past. Vitamin E is important for brain health, for dementia, for Parkinson's disease, for Alzheimer's disease. Vitamin E is your protection vitamin. It protects the body. It protects it from excess energy. It protects it from excess light energy, solar energy. That makes it super important for the skin, for sunburn, for the eyes. Vitamin E's ability to absorb or dampen excess energy makes it anti-sunburning. Try it. Check it out. If you're one of those folks who burns in, say, 15 or 20 minutes, go out in the sun or take some vitamin E for maybe a week or 2 or 3 and go out in the sun and watch what happens. You'll find you're burning much less readily. We've talked about all of these in the past, but what we haven't talked about a lot is the fact that vitamin E is important for blood sugar. How do you like this? This is one vitamin. Important for cancer, important for heart disease, important for diabetics, the 3 leading causes of death in this country. It's not found in foods. And unless you're supplementing with vitamin E, you're not going to be getting enough certainly not enough to protect you from cardiovascular disease or brain diseases, or now it turns out from metabolic syndrome and diabetes. Vitamin E protects your blood from glycation, the effect that sugar has on protein. Sugar explodes protein. This is why sugar and blood sugar issues and diabetes are a leading cause of blindness, a leading cause of amputation, because it explodes the proteins in the tiny blood vessels in your eyes and in your extremities. That's called glycation, or sugaring, or caramelizing, or browning. Literally caramelizing. Caramel is heated sugar. And glycation is the reaction that sugar has with protein in the presence of high energy, not necessarily heat, but high energy. Anyway, vitamin E protects your blood from glycating, protects your body from glycating, from caramelizing, from candying. That's why it will lower your hemoglobin A1C. Try that if you're a diabetic or pre-diabetic and they're testing your A1C. And you're not on vitamin E, start taking some vitamin E. Watch what happens to your A1C. Vitamin E is protective against metabolic syndrome. That means high blood pressure. That means Alzheimer's. That means inflammation. Metabolic syndrome is a condition that's caused by high blood sugar, and pretty much any health issue that you can name, any health issue that you can think of is a component of metabolic syndrome. Metabolic means chemistry. Chemistry syndrome. Talking about metabolic syndrome is talking about everything syndrome, because metabolic means everything in terms of the chemistry of the body. Vitamin E is a detox vitamin. It's important for the health of your liver. There's so many ways, you guys, that we can be improving our health using supplements. Just something as simple as vitamin E can affect every single system in the body. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. 844-236-6010 is our number. If you've had your gallbladder taken out, or if you're thinking of having your gallbladder taken out, hang tight, listen up, because we're going to talk about how you can protect yourself from gallbladder problems when we come back from our break, and take your phone calls as well. If you're thinking about having a gallbladder taken out, please think hard and long about that. The gallbladder is critically important for how we absorb fats. If you don't have a gallbladder, it isn't coming back in. And the rest of your life will be spent dealing with fat absorption problems. If you have gallstones and you're absolutely miserable, well, you got to do what you got to do. But if you're on the way to getting gallstones, if you're on the way to getting having fat absorption or gallbladder problems, use bile salts, eliminate problem foods, use lecithin. Make sure that you're chewing your food really well. Make sure you're using your ultimate enzymes. There's enzymes in your saliva, by the way, and when you chew your food really well, you reduce the load on the stomach and on the pancreatic enzymes. It is so unbelievably important to respect the importance of bile. So you don't ever hear anybody talking about bile and its relevance, especially when it comes to heart health and brain health and just everything. But it's unbelievably important. It's along with the lymph and the blood, it's part of the three main fluid systems of the body: the lymph, the blood, and the bile. And we talk about the blood a lot, and we talk about the lymph a little bit, but we hardly ever talk about the importance of bile. But we'll be doing that tomorrow on the bright side, because that's what we do on this program. We cover the little-known, easy ways that we can reverse our health challenges without prescription drugs, without doctors, without Obamacare, without the humiliation and just utter failure, interacting with the utter failure that is what we call the modern medical model. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to Mark in Ohio. What's going on, buddy? Welcome to The Bright Side, Mark.
Hey, how you doing, Ben?
Doing good. What's going on today? How can we help you?
Well, it's interesting you were just talking about the gallbladder and stuff. I just successfully completed Dr. Group's liver cleanse from Global Healing Center.
Okay, tell me about it.
That was pretty interesting. Passed a bunch of gallstones.
Well, hang on. Let me ask you a couple things. First of all, how old are you?
I am 33.
Okay. Did you have a history of digestive issues or liver issues or anything like that?
Yeah, I had some. Yeah.
What did you have?
Basically, your whole triangle of disease.
Yeah.
Was occurring with me, and it started really in my mid-20s, where I started having the adrenal fatigue.
Okay.
So once I got on longevity, I was able to backtrack the blood sugar issues and then link it to a digestive symptom.
Nice. That's a triangle. You nailed the triangle.
So I've been doing okay taking longevity stuff. But yeah, I just recently tried the liver cleanse, and so I'm hoping that passing these stones now, I'll be able to digest the fats better, like you're talking about.
Okay, so what's going on? Do you have a health issue, or?
Actually, I was calling for my buddy Jerry today.
Okay.
Jerry has been diagnosed with Sjogren syndrome, and I want the bright side solution of that.
Okay, good. I like that. Sjogren syndrome is an autoimmune disease. It affects the liquid glands, the tear glands and moisture glands. And the body's constantly secreting moisture factors and liquids to kind of lubricate things. So Sjogren syndrome affects these systems. So things get really dry. Tears and respiratory secretions dry up, and digestive secretions dry up. The most important thing to recognize, there's two most important things about Sjogren's. Number one, it's an autoimmune disease. Anytime you hear the word immune, you've got to think of where the immune system is located primarily, and that's food or that's digestion. So you got to go to food and you got to go to digestion for all autoimmune issues. You guys, there's 50 million, maybe more, victims of these kinds of diseases. They're a leading cause of misery, autoimmune diseases. And the clue to the solution is right in the word, because the immune system is located in the digestive system. And again, I'm not some kind of food Nazi here. I'm just telling you the chemistry of the situation, the physiology of the situation. If it's an immune problem, it's a digestive problem, period. Now, there may be some other factors involved, but the vast majority of it is going to be food and digestion. So, Mark, a couple things for your buddy. Focus on foods and digestion, eliminate problem foods, use probiotics, the digestive enzymes, lecithin. You know all the things we talk about on this program, chopping your food up, making soups and smoothies. But here's an extra little wrinkle when it comes to sjogrens, and all autoimmune, but especially when it comes to sjogrens. There's a major connection between secretions and fats, EFAs particularly. So Sjogren's syndrome, even more than other autoimmune diseases, it involves the fat absorption system and fat supplementation. So get your friend on the ultimate EFAs quickly. Make sure he's using them with all of his fat support, and make sure he's eating fatty foods with his essential fatty acids, his ultimate EFAs, and it probably wouldn't hurt him to take some vitamin E with that as well. All right, now, there's a lot of other things you could do. The Healthy Start Pack, that goes without saying. That's always the first place to work. And as we said, helping improve fat absorption is important. But essential fatty acids have a very important role to play when it comes to secretions. And by the way, this is also important for folks who have dry eyes. Essential fatty acids can help with tear secretions, even if you don't have Sjogren's syndrome. But especially if you do have Sjogren's syndrome, work on fats. Make sure he's supplementing with his EFAs. Make sure he gets on his Mighty 90 essential nutrients. Make sure he supports digestive health with supplements and also with eliminating problem foods. Mark, that's how easy it is. And I'm going to go on the air. I'm going to go on a limb here on the air and tell you, if he does everything correctly, 100% guarantee he's going to feel better, and it's not going to take long. And to the extent he follows everything I just said, he can completely reverse this thing. And that's true. Everybody listening out there who's dealing with an autoimmune disease, that is the power of these ideas. That's the power of supplementation. That's the power of taking charge of your life. Nobody has to suffer. Does that help you, Mark?
Oh, absolutely. I'm here just grinning because I know what you're talking about is truth. So God bless you.
Praise God. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys, do you think I just rolled off the turnip truck and I'm coming up with these ideas? I'm telling you this, and I tell you this every day on the bright side because I've seen what Mark is talking about. I've seen it over and over and over again for 30 years with the longevity products for nearly 20 years. If you're dealing with a health challenge, if you're dealing with an inflammatory disease, if you're dealing with brain health issues, if your father or grandfather or grandparents are dealing with anything, please just employ some of these strategies that we talk about and watch what happens. Watch the human body do the work. Just give the body some of these ideas, some of these supplements we're talking about, remove the bad stuff, put the good stuff in, all the things we talk about on this program, and watch what happens. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. Bill in California. What's up, buddy? Welcome to the bright side.
Hey, Ben. How's it going?
Doing good. What's going on, man?
I have a skin diagnosis. I had a patch of something on my knee, and the doctor diagnosed it as lichen simplex chronicus.
Oh, my goodness.
And prescribed a medicine that costs $175 for a tube.
That's unbelievable. Do you have the medicine there?
No, I couldn't afford it.
Do you know the name of it? Oh, you didn't buy it. Okay, do you know the name of it, though?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
All right, Bill, hang tight. It's probably a steroid cream. I cannot friggin' believe that it would cost you that much money, though. But hang on. We'll talk about lichen simplex chronicus when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. Don't go away. Got more good health information coming up right after this. We're talking to Bill in California about lichen simplex chronicus. That's a mouthful, right, Bill? You just basically have a rash, okay? It's like white scaly skin, white scales on your knee, correct? It's like a white thickness. Lichen is a type of growth. It's actually named after the fungal. I guess it's a kind of fungus that grows on trees. It's named after that growth, whatever. I don't know if it's a fungus, whatever it is that grows on trees. It just basically means there's a patch, and there's different kinds. There's some really miserable types of lichen. There's one lichen condition called lichen planus, which is absolutely miserable. Lichen simplex, simple means simple. It's not a like a big mess like a lichen planus would be. But still, it's a sign that something's going on. All right, couple things. First of all, to get rid of it quickly, start working on your fats and your fat absorption. All right, a major relationship between the cell membrane, the outer part of cells, skin cells, and essential fats and fat absorption. Now, if you know you have digestive problems, that's going to help you, because then you can start to eliminate problem foods, and you'll notice support digestive health as well. So, in addition to taking your ultimate EFAs, getting on 400 IU of vitamin E, 20,000 IU of vitamin A, probably wouldn't hurt you to try 50 milligrams of zinc picolinate, Get on the Healthy Start Pack. In addition to all of that, you're going to want to focus on how well you're absorbing things. Now, whenever you have growths on the skin, you want to think of three things. Number one, you want to think of fats. Number two, you want to think of blood sugar. And number three, you want to think of digestion, especially probiotics and good bacteria. So in addition to all those supplements that I just told you, you're going to want to focus on fats and fat absorption in your digestive system. Probably be a good idea to start using the nightly essence as well as the digestive enzymes and apple cider vinegar after all your meals. Once you start to nail this thing down, once you start working on this, you're going to notice that the lichen planus just completely disappears on its own. And by the way, you don't just have, lichen simplex chronicus goes away on its own. You don't just have a skin condition. Nobody just has a skin condition. So what you'll notice once you start using these strategies, Bill, is you're going to feel better across the board. In addition to getting rid of your skin issue, your lichen simplex chronicus, I like saying that, you'll also be improving all your markers of health and improving your longevity as well. Does that help, Bill?
Yes, it's. I've been doing longevity way back when it was American Longevity.
Okay.
And
have I met you? Have you and I met, Bill?
Yes.
You're Bill from Santa Cruz?
Yes.
Oh, are you River Bill?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. So go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's okay. But I do all that stuff that you just mentioned. I'm not sure about the numbers. I do what you say. I take.
Then it's an absorption issue. If you're taking everything I said, but you still have that, then it's an absorption issue.
Right. And one thing that helped a lot was when I put the BTT in my daily drinking water, rather than taking it with the meal. If I take it with the meal, it gives me diarrhea. I'm
telling you, that's how you want to do it. Exactly like you said. Put it in your daily drinking water and sip on it all day long. You give yourself an IV drip of the BTT. So if you're doing everything I said, if you're doing all the vitamin E, the vitamin A, the zinc, etc., then you probably have an absorption issue, and then you want to focus on the gut. And you'll know if you have an absorption issue because, like you said, you get the diarrhea and that kind of stuff. So, all right, I got to move, Bill. Thanks so much for your call. Appreciate it, buddy. Take care. Yeah, if you're taking your supplements, you guys, and you still have health challenges, focus on absorption because it's not just what you take. Obviously, it's also what you absorb. Greg in Texas, welcome to the bright side. What's up? Greg?
Yeah.
Greg? Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
You caught me eating some cereal in between here.
Oh, I'm sorry. What is it, Captain Crunch? What do you got going on there? Do you want to share?
Grape nuts.
Oh, grape nuts. Okay, good. All right, what's going on, Greg?
Question.
Yes, sir.
Daily vitamins, the multiple vitamins that, of course, many of us were raised on.
Yeah, the Flintstones things.
Yeah. Well, the
one a day and all that stuff.
Multiple vitamins and stuff.
Yeah.
And now they've come out with more sophisticated, quote, multiple vitamins. And my question is, are they good? Are they decent enough to help?
It's the minimum wage. It's the minimum wage. And it's like I don't know what you do for a living, Greg, but if you didn't have any money and you had bills to pay and you weren't educated, you would take a minimum wage job. It would be the best you could do, right? Well, once you start getting more sophisticated and have skills, you're not going to work for minimum wage. Likewise with nutrition. If you're not doing anything, you don't know anything about nutrition, at least you're going to get the basics with a multiple vitamin. Whether you absorb them or not, that's a whole nother issue, and chances are pretty good that you're not going to absorb a lot from a multiple vitamin. That's one of the reasons why the Beyond Tangy Tangerine is so effective, even though the BTT is not a multiple vitamin and it doesn't replace a multiple vitamin. Even though it doesn't do that, the BTT is liquid, so you're going to absorb all of those nutrients. As far as the basics, the minimum wage goes, that's what a multiple vitamin does, and it's a good idea. I take a multiple vitamin. It's a good idea to do that, but don't count on if you're not satisfied working for the minimum wage, don't count on the multiple vitamin giving you optimum health, okay? It's based on the RDAs, and the RDA stands for the Ridiculous Deprivation Allowance. And the RDAs are just going to get you by, but they're not going to allow you to maximize your good health and longevity. Does that help?
All right.
Good deal. Thank you so much, Greg. Thank you. And it's good, the RDAs give us a general idea, but if you're counting on the RDAs to keep you healthy and to keep you living longer, It's not going to happen. And if you're using just the RDAs or just a multiple vitamin, you're leaving health on the table. You can get by. Yeah, you can get by. You probably won't get scurvy. You probably won't get beriberi or kwashiorkor or any of these weird deficiency diseases that hardly ever happen, but you're not going to be optimally healthy if you're just counting on a multiple vitamin or if you're just counting on the 4 food groups. And that's the problem. We're leaving health on the table. We're leaving vitality on the table. And why? For $1, a couple dollars a day? It's craziness. You know, but we're willing to do what it takes to go to the doctor and have our bodies hacked apart. You guys, if you haven't experimented yet with a nutritional supplement program, I'm begging you, if you're dealing with a degenerative disease or you know somebody who is, please try it. Try it for a little bit. See what happens. Just the BTT, just the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. That's plenty to see the effects of a good nutritional supplement program. Not that that's comprehensive, but it's plenty to see the effects. All right, Brad in Louisiana, what's up? Welcome to the Bright Side.
Hi, Ben.
Hey.
50-year-old male, congestive heart failure.
Who, you? Brad, I need you to speak up. I'm having a hard time hearing you. I heard 50-year-old male congestive heart failure.
Yes, I'm currently scheduled for a nuclear heart stress test.
A stress test?
Freaks me out. Yes.
Okay, but you've been diagnosed with heart failure. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you got a couple things you want to do absolutely quickly, right away. The good news is if you're in heart failure, as soon as you start to take steps, nutritional steps, non-medical strategies, as soon as you start to employ some strategies, you're going to notice differences right away. Start on the BTT. You have already?
I have been. I've been fighting high blood pressure for years.
You got to relax the body then, Brad. Something's hyping up your system.
I know. I have far infrared sauna, and I've been through all that. But anyway,
you're missing the simple things. You're missing the simple things. Something is hyping up your system, and you're burning through nutrients. So first and foremost, the number one imperative is oxygen. That's the most important thing. So you got to start doing. You got to start doing your slow, deep breathing. And not only is it the most important, but it's the easiest and the cheapest. You can do it when you're sitting on your couch watching. You can do it sitting on your couch watching TV. You could do it when you're in the car waiting in rush hour traffic. You can do it waiting in line at the bank or when you're waiting for your food at the restaurant. It's so easy to do, and your body is crying for oxygen through the telephone, Brad. I'm hearing it through the phone. That's what exacerbates. You know what? The heart failure is a sign that your heart is not getting oxygenated, and in turn, it has to work much harder in order to get the body oxygenated. So you get this double load on the heart. Right away, you got to start practicing deep breathing. If you're serious, Brad, if you're serious about dealing with your health challenge, there's no reason. You don't have one good reason for not practicing slow, deep breathing 2 or 3 times a day. You know what I'm saying? I'm not ripping on you. I'm just giving you some tough love here.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm currently on a CPAP, and I do feel the need for more oxygen in my life.
Okay, good. I wish I had more time, Brad.
I
Hey, we're out of time, my man. If you're not on the Healthy Start Pack, get on that. Start working on the digestive system. And absolutely, a guy like you has to have zero tolerance for sugar, Brad. And that means bread and pasta and cereal and even potatoes and rice. Anything that breaks down into blood glucose is going to mess up your heart. You need a little bit, a tiny little bit, but you don't need a lot. And make sure you're using sugar metabolizing nutrients like the B vitamins. Super important for the heart. And I'd be doing intravenous vitamin C before I'd be doing intravenous vitamin C too. That's something to think about, Brad. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. That's all the time we have for today. We'll continue talking heart health and skin health and essential fats on our next Bright Side episode. Have a wonderful, awesome, spectacular day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
Your house is under attack. Every day, our homes and families are attacked by harmful gases, mold, and pollutants caused by everyday activities. According to the EPA, indoor air can be 5 to 100 times worse than outdoor air. And the American Lung Association states that poor indoor air can cause infections and chronic lung diseases such as asthma. Protect your family with a complete indoor air quality package from Wave Home Solutions. Wave ventilation units for basements and crawl spaces reduce moisture that nourishes mold, odors, dust mites and expels gases and pollutants. Add the Wave 6-stage air purifier to get rid of the viruses, chemicals, and pollutants upstairs for a complete indoor air quality solution. A healthy home is the best investment you can make. Visit wavehomesolutions.com. That's wavehomesolutions.com or call 888-758-WAVE. That's 888-758-WAVE.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich? Working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare? Having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
If you're like me, you're concerned about the stock market and the economy. You're asking the questions, but it just doesn't seem that you're getting the right answers. Well, my friends at the Wealth Preservation Institute not only have the answers, but they've put together a free report, How to Survive the Upcoming Economic Collapse and Protect Your 401ks, IRA savings, and retirement income. Don't hesitate. This report's for free for a limited time by calling 888-772-2929. That's 888-772-2929. Take back your financial lives today.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows. Pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to produce an endless supply of nano-sized silver solutions right from the convenience of your home. Silver Lungs. With the addition of our unique lung delivery system, respiratory infections are targeted directly, where traditional oral administration simply cannot reach. This pioneering method also preserves the original particle sizes and delivers your silver solution directly into the bloodstream. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at silverlungs.com. That's silverlungs.com.
Hello?
Congratulations.
For what?
For losing all that weight. How'd you do it so fast?
ASAP.
ASAP what? What's that mean?
Are you ready to get as skinny as possible, as soon as possible, as simple as possible, and as sexy as possible?
I'm listening.
Then get with the ASAP program. It's real and it works. No smooth talk, no slick advertising, and no exaggerated claims of success.
I've got to know more.
Welcome to ASAP, as slim as possible. Whether you have 10, 20, or 50 pounds to lose, ASAP is your weight loss answer. ASAP targets the abnormal fat reserves and makes them available to be burned as fuel and contains no caffeine or hormones. Order ASAP at wholesale prices or join the team to share the business with others. Visit GCNteam.com or call 877-878-4203. GCNteam.com or call 877-878-4203. Lose weight and look great with ASAP, as slim as possible.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't take on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
It's time to kick some ash because cigarettes have met their match. Smokers are switching to Vaporite e-liquid by LeSig because when you kick ash, you kick tar and smelly smoke too. LeSig smokes the competition with real people customer service, a 7-day satisfaction guarantee, and same-day fast free shipping. Become a vapor today at LeSig.com, spelled LECIG.com. LeSig e-cigarettes. Kick some ash.
Just recently, we've witnessed some of the most catastrophic disasters in history. Be sure to prepare yourself with great-tasting, high-quality, GMO-free food that has a 25-year shelf life. Of course, we're talking about the foods from SurvivalFoodAlliance.com. And don't forget, the human body needs up to 3 quarts of water every day to remain healthy and hydrated. So check out our water bricks at SurvivalFoodAlliance.com. Go to SurvivalFoodAlliance.com or call 877-223-1776.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common-sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Earthquake, floods, winter storms, prolonged power outages, or war. Each of us have had that moment when we recognize that we need to be better prepared. We typically do the same thing. We start with food storage, then we address the need for water. But have you considered heat storage? I'm talking about staying warm in the cold. Here are some things for you to consider. How will I keep my family warm? The standard answers are firewood, coal, or propane. But the problem with that if you need to be on the move is you can't take it with you. Another concern, there may come a time when you need to stay warm without smoke, like in times of war. There may even come a time when you can't burn fuel. The answers may be simpler and less costly than you think. For these answers, go to fortressclothing.com. Again, fortressclothing.com has the answers to your heat storage dilemma. Don't get stuck in the cold. fortressclothing.com. You'll never be cold again.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Pharmacist Ben Fuchs loves Beyond Tangy Tangerine, a complete nutritional supplement from Longevity. That's why he recommends it to everyone he meets and takes it himself every day.
Beyond Tangy Tangerine, my personal favorite longevity product, multivitamin mineral complex powder. You add it to water and drink. It's a great way to get yourself off the snack foods. It's a great way to demonstrate to folks who are non-believers in nutritional supplementation how effective a supplement program can be. It's great for kids. It tastes awesome. It's less than $50 a month, and it's truly a cornucopia of nutrition. Vitamins A, C, D, E, K, your B complex.
To get a nutritional supplement that's loaded with nutrients that even your kids will like, order Beyond Tangy Tangerine from Longevity by calling 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.